Hey everybody, what's going on? Get this dialed in here. There we go. Make sure the hat's straight. Aim the air conditioner at the phone. We'll see how long this thing goes without saying it's overheating. Looks like my lighting's off a little bit. Work. Sit over here. How's everybody doing? Mike Barden here, reporting from Glendale, Arizona. Comment. What's up, Mike? What's up? Got up at 5:30 this morning. I heard the swap meet was back open. Actually, I didn't hear it. I had to drive over there and check it out yesterday for myself. And I had my dog with me. They don't allow dogs in there. So I tried to be sneaky and told Willis to lay down in the back yesterday. I said, lay down, buddy, so she doesn't see me when we go in. And he did good. He stayed there for a little while, stayed there. And then I got up to the booth to pay the money, and he heard me talking to somebody, and he was like, hey, who is that? And he stuck his out, and she goes, oh, sorry, no dogs. I was like, damn, Willis, you blew our cover. So, but at least I found out yesterday they were still open, or not still open, but they had opened up back to normal operating procedures pretty much last weekend. Here in Arizona, or here in Phoenix, Glendale to be exact. There's one of the few drive-in theaters that are left here in the United States in Glendale, and on the weekends they open up for a big swap meet. It's pretty much the best one in Phoenix. A lot of people out there. It's one of the places that I need to be open to buy merchandise for my business, for my eBay store, which we used to do really well before all the attacks on the store, all the crap that I've gone through, the harassment through my business. Used to do good. We used to have months where we would gross $10,000 to $12,000. That's when there was two of us, had an employee, working 5 days a week, doing pretty good, getting to the point where I could pay the taxes, have a little bit of money to go to dinner, and enough left for possibly a mortgage on a home, which I was planning on buying a piece of property, building what's the word I'm looking for? Building a modest home, just a small home, with a big metal shop on the property, so I could put all my finds from picking, like the show American Pickers, and then I could build my business and I could grow it. I could double the income and use that to task, or I call it the triage process. Find different ways to sell all my items and stuff like that. So, and that's when the overt harassment and the big wave hit. Just the big blue wave pounded me right in the face. All hell broke loose, and I ended up losing all of it, and the business has gone downhill since then. So anyway, one of the outlets basically where I get things to sell for my store was shut down for the last almost 3 months now. So I saw they opened up yesterday, and we got some code 3 going on. Is this a high-speed chase or what? No. Whoa. No, they just wanted to. Okay, they slowed down. The cop slowed down next to almost to a stop and then tuck off. Interesting. So anyway, that swap meet is back open, and it was interesting study in society, see what's going on, see how people are reacting to the social engineering that we're going through right now. Most of the people there seemed either completely uninformed or completely informed. Like they either don't watch the mainstream news, they don't pay attention to anything that's going on, they're just going about their normal business, they don't watch the news, read the newspaper, anything, and they're like, what happened? I don't even know what's going on. Or people have really done their research and realized, you know what, we can just go about our normal life. There's really not much to worry about. And then there was the maybe 2 to 5% maximum of people out there wearing masks. And it was kind of funny because you know, they buy like they'll buy bins from Walmart trucks that are returns. They'll go to auctions, they'll find ways to acquire new items, and they'll sell new stuff. There's people that sell garage sale type stuff, you know, they buy storage units. They're just having basically a garage sale of their own stuff that's accumulated at their house. They'll go out there and get a spot and sell stuff. So there's all kinds of different types of items that are being sold. Tools, a lot of used tools. If you wanted to start a construction company, you could basically go to the swap meet, buy all your tools used, and start a small business, start a handyman business if you wanted. So out of the, I don't know, I'd say there was probably 200 spots that fall out there. People selling their stuff, trying to make a little money to pay the bills. There was 3 different booths that were selling masks. And I wanted to take photos. I should have taken some photos of them, but I try to be mindful of taking photos of people because I know that it gets irritating after a while. People snapping pictures of you all the time, aiming their phone at you, stuff like that. Nah, I don't want to weird these people out. I'll give them their privacy. But there was 3 booths, people selling masks, and I stood there and I just kind of checked them out for a little bit. Completely crickets at their booth. They weren't selling anything. They were just sitting there kind of with a depressed look on their face, like, man, nobody's buying anything. Nothing, not one person looking. Nobody handed money over, and the other booths were rocking. There's one guy that I buy from out there. He buys whole truckloads full of newer items. That guy could not keep up. He was taking $20 here, $40 here, $50, $60, just making change one after another, after another, after another. And I was at that guy's booth for a little while because I was talking to a, damn, did I just drive through a meteor crater? I was talking to an old Vietnam veteran. Gave him his card, gave him my card with my website, told him, here, check out this channel. He'd been getting all of his news from the mainstream news, regardless who it's from. CNN, MSNBC, CBS, Fox, a lot of it's narrative kind of stuff. And he had his Vietnam veteran hat, Purple Heart. He was a journalist actually in Vietnam. He said he was a big fan of John F. Kennedy, but he hated Trump. I thought, hold on, put the brakes on. Those two don't go together. I said, if you like Kennedy and you've actually done the research, your due diligence, there's no way you can not like Trump, because he's trying to finish what John F. Kennedy started. Trump and JFK Jr. were good friends, possibly still are. It's hard to say. Future will pass, right? So I knew it was going to be a tough one. He was a tough old codger. When he started saying, Trump's an idiot and this and that, and, I said, well, hold on. Where are you getting your news from? He said, well, I saw on the news that people drink Lysol, or something like that. And I was like, oh man, if you're a photographer in Vietnam, you're a journalist, you gotta know that people have been feeding us lies for years and years and years and years, and you have to do your own research. He said, well, when I go to my Foreign Legion meetings, we get our newspapers, and we get this and that. I said, man, you gotta dig deeper. You gotta talk to people. You gotta do your own research. So I took the time and I stood there and I explained everything I could to him in the shortest amount of time possible. Actually, I would have stood there all day if he would have listened to me all day. But his demeanor with me changed. He wasn't cocky or arrogant. He just had a bad opinion of Trump. And if I understand, if you're an older person and you're used to getting the news in the same way that you have for the last 50 years, you're going to have absorbed that false narrative, that spin, that Pavlov's dog, ring the bell, react type of situation, and you're going to have that picture painted in your head about this person. Even though you're trying to do your research, and when I say research, listening to the news, reading the newspaper, that's all controlled by the same entity, basically, the Tavistock Institute. It's not even based in our own country. And so we were going back and forth in a friendly debate. It didn't ever turn into an argument. We were just opinions. And as I kept giving him more information and more information and more information, explained to him about the shirt that I was wearing, Executive Order 13818, the executive order against organized corruption, to seize assets. The more information I gave him, I watched the light turn on in his head. I watched him start processing that information and start like scratching his chin, not doing the gang stalker hand signal scratch your chin, but like really contemplating what I was saying. And when I explained to him that Trump is trying to do the same thing that John F. Kennedy was doing, that's when it turned the light bulb on. When I think he might have had a little bit of a red pill moment. And it felt good, because he, it wasn't like an I got you moment or anything like that. It was just like an awakening, like the Great Awakening. People are waking up. And, it's just an example. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, because there's millions of people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, that are conjuring up the courage to speak out and to talk to people about uncomfortable truths, and risk getting yelled at or spit on or called a conspiracy theorist or whatever. But when you have the ammunition and when I say ammunition, I mean knowledge, to speak to somebody properly in a debate, in a conversation, it really helps. Arm yourself with the truth. And people want to know the truth. They want to know what's going on. They don't want to be lied to. They want a sense of security and comfort by knowing the truth, which we really don't have security or safety. There's no such thing in life. Life's dangerous, period. That's just how it is. When you get used to that fact, it's a little bit easier to make it through it. You're not controlled by the fear. So, but the light really turned on in that guy's eye. I could just see and I could feel him absorbing the information and really contemplating what I was telling him. I gave him my card and told him, check out my website. If you have any questions, send me a message on YouTube, on Twitter. You know, if you're not on that stuff, figure out how to get on there. Start getting your information from citizen journalists. We are the news now. It's kind of cliche statement, but that it's the truth. And we can't trust the mainstream media, the fake news, to tell us what's really going on. We have to figure it out on our own by having conversations with people in public, by getting on social media and disseminating this information, talking to each other, sitting down in coffee shops, talking to each other, having friendly debates. That's what the United States is about, is our freedom of speech and our networking and communication with our friends and our family, and not, you know, blacklisting people just for their opinion or putting them down. And that was one thing that I was really thankful that this guy did with me. You know, he didn't put me down or call me an idiot, which I could care less what anybody says about me or what they do. Don't care. It doesn't affect me anymore. Might slow me down a little bit, but no big deal. Used to that. I'll climb up that hill and I'll get to the top and make it down the other side. But it was really nice that guy, although he disagreed with my opinion, he kept talking to me and asked me questions, and he told me stuff about President Johnson, and he saw corruption in President Johnson's presidency. You know, and he basically had the same type of outlook that a lot of people have, is, you know, they just want the truth. They don't want to be lied to. They don't want to see their money going to waste, being stolen from them. They don't want to be corralled into weaponized systems of control. And a lot of people are on the same page, different things, because they've got their information from places. So, but I really think that guy will go home and look at my website, and hopefully he'll see the, that's the one thing I forgot to mention. I forgot to tell him to scroll to the very bottom video, because I think he would have really appreciated that. You can't remember all at once. So, anyway, Arizona pretty much open, folks. The rest of the country going on, think about a pandemic plan. I have the right to knowledge of social impact. Let's see here. There's 17 people here. I'm going to check these comments real quick before I go. My live stream tried to shut down here. Robert Ward said, "Hey Michael, God bless you. You look just like my son. He's about your age." Poor guy. Hey Michael, good to see you. Deb Kovac, how you doing? Sally Blue Steel said, "I feel that." I'm not sure what you were responding to, but Deb Kovac says, PUI, Trump money for sure, LOL. I can't seem to make it through any of these stimulus packages or loans or grants. Sailing Blue Steel, how you doing? Says, my neighbor yesterday, who is a freaking evil gang stalker, poured paint in the ocean. Whoa. I called it in and it was covered up. How'd you catch your neighbor pouring? Or is that like a metaphor? Brian Hickingbottom says, God bless you, keep your head up and keep the faith. Thank you, I appreciate that. You too. Lone Wolf said, street theater, smack my head, LOL. Probably referring to that police officer going code 3, needing to pull the person over. When I was driving down 59th Avenue here in Phoenix. Absolutely. You've gone through this. You've got a good eye, good call. They don't seem to care about the earth at all, Robert Ward says. Brian Hickingbottom says, I want to donate money to help with legal fight. How can I do that? Thank you. I would appreciate that greatly. Right now, it's not even the legal fight. It's the fight to keep my roof over my head. eBay deferred payments, rent deferred payments. I did my best to try to keep up, but now I owe eBay $3,000 by like June 1st, and I don't have all of that to pay them for my fees over the shutdown. So right now the fight is just to keep a roof over my head. But anyway, there's a PayPal link on my website. If you go to my website, barredin.us, barredin.us, down at the bottom there's a link to my PayPal account, and I would greatly appreciate any help I can get at all. I would be financially independent by this point in my life if my finances and every other aspect of my life had not been covertly and overtly attacked. Oh, Sailing Blue Seal said that he took pictures. You should see this. Well, post them on Twitter. Yeah, let me check that out. Patricia E says hello. How you doing, Patricia E? Carissa Mareko, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. Have you moved on from being targeted now, or do you still get street theater? I'm just trying to figure you out. Well, there was an example of some street theater there. It wasn't too bad at the swap meet. It was pretty subtle compared to what I've gone through before, but yeah, I still get it. Actually, looked like somebody maybe backed into my truck when I was in the parking lot. I don't know, my bumper's kind of messed up on this truck anyway, so I just looked at it and was like, whatever. Another day, another ding. Robert Ward said, moved on from targeting. Yeah, right. We'll move on from targeting when the FISA court is declassified and the Department of Homeland Security is prosecuted for targeting American citizens without due process. Patricia E says, we the people. Carissa Mareko says, LOL, right, Robert, but he's out shopping like it's all cool. Well, what else are you going to do? You can give in to the fear and the intimidation and the nonsense, or you can learn how they operate and laugh at them when they do all this stuff. Learn how to counteract their nonsense. Learn how to not play their game, but to learn how psychology works. Get smart. Become rock solid. Don't let it affect you. And say little things back that you know might affect them. And say positive things to the people that are trying to harass you. Tell them stuff like God loves you, or I hope you have a great day, or President Trump loves you. Just say positive things to these people. Kill them with kindness, I think is the term. Don't actually kill them, just give them kindness. So anyway, I'm going to end on that. Be kind, everyone. Be smart. Don't be intimidated. Just be strong. Strengthen your mind. The more you go through this, the sharper your mind gets. The more resilient you are. The more you're ready for anything in life. And this has got to be happening for some kind of reason, to prepare us for something, prepare us for the future. So, got a garage sale, got the white car and the red car combo here, back here. That never happens. Here, I'll just show you. And then I'm going to end my live stream. It's all about timing and repetition and documenting, right? Yeah, see? Oh, hands over the camera there. White car, red car. That never happens. All right. I'm going to go into the garage sale, so I'll check you all later. Everybody have a great day.